that should bring us right along to the top 5 villains of
Ooh,
Star
the
Wars
top five
Battlefront
villains.
2.
I'm scared. What are you gonna
Absolutely.
throw at me?
So the villains are a lot more interesting to talk about. So last we talked about the top 5 heroes, and so with the top 5 villains, they are just ooh. When it starts getting to fun force abilities, that's where the villains start getting into play because overall they're so fun to play as. They are just an absolute banger, an absolute hoot and a holler. I love playing
Absolutely.
as the
Yeah.
villains. It's literally whenever I go into heroes versus villains after a long time of not playing it, the first thing I do is go click on it and go play as Count Dooku because he is my personal favorite to play as.
Yeah.
Overall, just because I'm a huge Count Dooku fan, I love
Love
him as
Count
a
Dooku.
character. Christopher Lee, absolute legend. Rest in peace. But
Phenomenal
with
actor.
that, we should get into the number 5 spot, which for me has got to be General Grievous. General
General
Grievous,
Grievous.
but General Grievous, he essentially, in this game mode, he rocks the dual sabers for the majority of it, and he will run with the dual sabers for most of his attacks, but a lot of his attacks, like in your middle of combos, he'll bust out the 4 sabers and really start going to town. Like my favorite thing with him is doing the sprint and then attacking because he whips out the 2 sabers, his 2 other arms, puts them in front of him, and does like the spinning blade maneuver that he did against Obi-Wan in episode 3. So he's overall such a fun character to play as, and he has his main force ability is like an enhanced rage mode, which like makes it so he does extra damage against the character. So he is
Oh,
can
that's
definitely
nice.
be pretty fearsome to first verse against.
Right.
And that's just the number 5 spot.
Ooh,
Jumping
got four
right in.
more.
Yep, jumping right into number 4. The number 4 spot, Boba Fett. He
Oh, love Boba Fett, dude. Jetpack is legendary.
absolutely legendary, but he has great abilities. He has his flamethrower that he can use. It isn't the most practical when you're up close, but it is very useful in different circumstances. He has thermal detonators that he can chuck, and then he also has like a C4 kind of like time detonation bomb that he can set off. So all those abilities plus rifle his rifle is really good. It just takes a bit of adjusting to be able to get used to how to use it. But unlike the Battlefront 2 game, you can actually aim in this game, and it isn't
Okay.
like that because what they did in the newer Battlefront 2 is they made it so that your trigger, which would normally aim, is to control the jetpack, and he has no aim function for a
Wait, is
long
this in
distance.
the new game? The new
Yeah,
game or the old game?
this is in the new game. The new game they
Okay.
added this function where the left trigger ended up being the jetpack, so that was like
Gotcha.
your way to control him. So he had no aiming for a gun character.
Okay.
So it really took a lot of
Right. That
struggle to be able to use him unless you were very good with your accuracy.
gotcha.
And then when you're on the move, that's especially difficult. So definitely, I'm glad that they had this sort of movement with Boba Fett in this game, and overall, he is like one of the most. He is an extremely good pick. I mean, it was tough to put him and Django because they're neck and neck. I mean, Django's literally his dad, but the difference is he
Okay.
has the 2 dual pistols, which just isn't quite as good as the rifle that Boba Fett has compared to. Oh
Gotcha.
yeah, they also have the rocket that they can shoot at the back of their jetpack at the
Ooh.
enemy, so they are really
Oh, that's
packing some
nice.
heat. So they're
Yeah,
definitely
seriously.
it's Boba Fett and Jango Fett are definitely tied neck and neck for being the best like gun heroes or gun
Gotcha.
villains because honestly the heroes are kind of
Oh yeah.
lacking when it comes to that. But jumping from that, who takes out many of the uh, shooter characters with ease? Darth Vader. Darth
I
Vader,
was wondering where you're gonna put him.
yep.
I assumed he was gonna.
Darth Vader is going to be a solid number 3 pick. He has the Force Choke and the lightsaber throw abilities,
Classic.
making it so that he can close the distance and pretty much immobilize the enemies while you just walk up to him and just cut him in half. So he has got a really big stamina bar. He's just an absolute beast. I mean, Darth Vader, he's so good. He's a lot more agile than he is in any of the movies. He's very fast. I mean, he isn't very
Okay.
fast, but he's a lot faster than he is in the movies and stuff like that. But he is such a good pick, and if you're a big Darth Vader fan, they definitely do him justice in this game.
All
So
right.
I'm glad that they did such a
Okay.
good job with Darth Vader. But that brings us into an even more powerful Darth in this game. Maybe not in
Ooh,
the canon,
Maul.
but in this game, Darth Maul shines above Darth
Ah,
Vader for the number 2 spot.
Ellie.
His lightsaber throw is the number one thing with Darth Maul that is so iconic with him because he just chucks the dual sabers and it covers so much ground. It is absolutely just if you're in a actual if it's not heroes versus villains and you're in like a game mode with troopers and all that stuff, good luck. He
Cut. You're
just
done.
you're done. He throws it and you're done. There's nothing you can do. He is so good. He covers huge distances. He's so fast. His attacks are so good and quick, and with the dual sabers, he's just an absolute beast. He is so incredibly good. And honestly, it's only he's pretty much tied with number 1 if you ask me in my spot. It was
Ooh.
so hard to put.
Wait. Do you mind if I take a guess at who your number one is?
Yeah, you can, but
Uh,
the honorable mention spot has to go to
okay, go ahead.
Jango Fett.
Yeah.
Django Fett,
Uh,
I know I already talked about him a bit before. He is just basically Boba Fett, just with a little bit worse of a pistol, or a little bit worse of a weapon. And other than that, I mean, he is such a solid pick. He's great on the when you're doing ground assault and different things like that because he can cover ground so quickly, throw grenades at everyone, disrupt everything, and he's just an absolute beast. Same thing in the heroes versus villains mode. Does the same thing that Boba does, where you can just jump around, stay out of range of these heroes, and pepper away at them. So he does a phenomenal job. And that would definitely solidify him as an honorable mention. But go on ahead and let me know your guess for the number 1 spot down below. And
yes, everyone guess.
go on ahead and let me know your guess, Riley.
Oh man, dude. I don't know if I should have said that because I can't think of any more now. We said Count Dooku, Darth Vader, Darth Maul.
All good. The number 1 spot
Go
is going to
ahead,
be
tell me what it
going
is.
to Anakin Skywalker, the chosen one.
Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. Oh my god, dude. I'm an idiot. I should have thought of that. Oops,
He
daisy.
in this game is underneath the heroes selection, and he is an absolute powerhouse. I think he has a larger stamina bar than anybody else, which means that he has a larger health than anybody else. He is so quick, and his force abilities are so good. He has the force choke ability that just tears through enemies. The lightsaber throw that's incredible too.
Yeah.
He is absolutely a powerhouse. I mean, because of his boosts across the board, it's just no question he's the best. He's absolutely the best.
All right, but now the ultimate question. Who is the best character out of all of them? Like hero and villain. Who would you have?
Out of last time's top 5 heroes or this time's top 5 villains, I
Oh,
would
I see what
definitely
you
have
mean.
to give it to Yoda. I gotta
Yoda
give it to
overall.
Yoda. Yoda overall is,
Gotcha.
in my opinion,
The
he is
best.
the most busted hero across the board. Again, this is all
It's
opinion based. This isn't
all
like a
opinion
solid,
based, of
but
course.
let us
It's
know
like
what you
if
guys
this isn't
think.
your list, then you're wrong.
Let me know what you
Not
guys
this.
think down below about what your favorite hero or villain is in the game.